back to another episode of Two Fat Guys in a Dream. Of course, I'm your host with the most, Truman the Steam Machine Steen, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Scott Steen. Scott, how are you doing?
Good, Truman. How are you, sir?
Oh, surviving. Long weekend, but we're making it through, trying to finish off with a couple of healthier decisions to end this Sunday. We are recording on Sunday night, but, I'm making through it.
You had an exciting weekend out in the 50-degree wind and rain.
Yeah, I was very busy this weekend doing outdoor things, and on either side of this weekend, it's 80-degree weather. But the entire weekend that I had to do stuff, it was 50 degrees and windy or rainy. So
What'd you do on Friday?
We made dinner and sat out on the patio and ate that. So that was nice to enjoy our last 80-degrey day on Friday.
It was a beautiful day, man. We went out and did Canna Fest here in Kansas City.
Like for cannabis?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And it kind of screwed me because I thought I was actually going to get more steps in there than I did.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up not hitting my step goal for the week. I missed it by about 800. So,
oh shit.
Of course, not being able to go out of the house yesterday killed me. The dog been taking some long walks, and no desire to get out and do that yesterday. So I just I got about 6,000 steps inside the house, but
not bad for being inside the house.
Still couldn't quite get there. So anyway, this is our first real disappointing show that we finally hit it a little bit here. Everybody that was out there going, well, these guys are just having really good results, and I'm sure they're going to fall off the cliff anytime. Well, it's a little setback week here, so now we have to show the other aspect of what we're doing and show how to break through.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is, again, we are trying to take a realistic outlook at weight loss, and this is, to be honest, the first 6 weeks to lose 15 pounds each in the first 6 weeks is not everybody's experience, right?
Right.
And in fact, a lot of people do have that success at the beginning of their diet, like we've had.
Sure.
And this,
even less time, 15 in a month, sometimes if they really do and sticking to it.
Right. And I would say that this week 7, episode 8, week 7, really for us, so that makes sense for everybody. Episode 1 was week 0, essentially. But
like your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But this is kind of where we hit the wall that a lot of people hit. So Scott, this week, again, with all that being said, I'm down to 266.3, but I'll tell you that I was worried. I was concerned. Again, I weigh normally in the morning. I know we talked about you can overweigh, but I like to know where I'm at in the morning, and I like to know where I'm at night when I'm going to bed. And so I'll weigh before I go to bed, and just to because I find it interesting to know how much weight you lose in a night, and I kind of like to track it and see, well, how long do I sleep? How many pounds do I lose? Because I've heard, in the past, I've heard some studies suggest that if you're cutting your sleep off at 5 hours or 4 hours so you can get up and work out, that's diminishing returns. And
100% correct. Your body rebuilds and burns a shit ton of energy while you sleep, basically repairing the damage and resetting from the day.
Right.
So if you're cutting that recovery time down, you are not doing yourself any favors at all. Sleep is so important. So many studies are saying 7-8 hours a night is what you got to get.
So. Right. And so, for example, on my last day, I was going to bed and I was weighing. Again, I weighed in at 267.1 last week. I was going to bed. I weighed 268, flat, and I was I hope I should be under 267, so hopefully I'll lose a little bit, but I don't know, And luckily, I ended up sleeping 9 hours because I worked out on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I had done, and then I did Thursday, so I didn't have to do Friday. I hit my 4 days that I try to hit during the week, and to be honest, I was frankly worn out by the time I hit Friday, so I didn't go and work out on Friday morning.
I think that's a good call, knowing that you had a bunch of walking you were going to do. Although, do you guys have carts in the tournament?
Yeah, but because of the rain, it was cart path only. So you had to get out, walk all the way over to the ball, walk all the way back. So I did hit. So I will say we played only 7 holes of the 18 before, because we were doing it for networking. So, and also my team wasn't going to win the tournament. So we are like,
Or were you 2 under? 2 under after 7?
oh, like 3 over. Like, listen, and this is not to bad talk whoever I was playing with, but I mean, I was the best golfer that we were playing, and so it's me and it's a guy who's played a couple times. He's not bad, but he's I would say clearly worse than I am. And then we had a student who we played with last year, and that was their first time playing golf, and then they hadn't played golf all year until they played again. So this was their second time playing golf, the other time being last year. And then another student who it was their first time playing golf. Never swung clubs, really.
How did those teams, were they networking with you? Were you networking with other people?
Networking with them, yeah. It's like perspective, or it's like interns we have coming in or new hires that we have coming in that we play with. So it's just a way for us to meet them. So yeah, so we played 7 holes and we came in, but I still hit my move goal before I got back from Manhattan to Kansas City, so that was nice.
I'm sure you did. Well, that's the difference between an engineering job and say a corporate banking job is all the interns shoot below par.
Yeah,
you're looking at hedge fund investors and things like that. Those guys all play par better golf. So
well, all the construction guys are really good at golf too. I don't know what's going on there. Apparently, a lot more golf, but I swear every construction guy is great at golf.
What's your handicap? Having to get out in the sun. That's my handicap. Having to leave the house.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about results. You kind of alluded to it a little bit. How much did you end up losing?
I ended up 266.3. I lost 0.8 pounds, puts me in at about just under 1%. Obviously, my weight loss goal is 81.5%, but I'm not going to lose 0.815. My scale only goes to 1 decimal place. So,
right. Okay. So, I'm sure you're very disappointed about that you can't weigh in hundreds of pounds.
Just because it's all curiosity. I'm a scientist, right? I'm a science guy.
I get up every day, start my day, go to the bathroom, get up, drink water, or weigh, and then drink water and brush my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And start the day with an 8-ounce glass of water. Every once in a while, I'll forget to weigh, and I'll drink my water, and then I weigh. Like, I gotta subtract 8 ounces.
Yeah, I can subtract half a pound. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if that's how that works. I mean, logically it should, because I've just added 8 fluid ounces to my body.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, one gallon of water is
7 pounds.
Is 8.34 pounds. I've had to do this conversion a lot.
I'm sure, yeah.
Studying for my tests. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. And I, Truman, lost nothing. I gained nothing, lost nothing. However, it wasn't a terrible week because somebody came over Sunday night and brought some delicious desserts. And I had a fantastic Easter Sunday, avoided all kinds of pitfalls, and finally, for whatever reason, just dove face first into the fucking desserts after they sat there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up gaining 2.2 pounds. So I was 2.2 pounds over my starting weight on Monday. So I worked my ass off for the next 4 days to lose those 2.2 pounds. So again, it was a break-even week, but there was a small victory tucked in there that I was able to recover from a bad night, man. And that's all it takes. You talk about fucking cheat days, and I don't even need a cheat day, just a cheat dessert.
Yeah, a cheat meal, and I can gain 3 pounds or whatever.
And it wasn't even the meal that we ate with you, because everybody had pizza. I avoided that. I had 2 meatballs.
Yeah.
And 2 meatballs was my main course. So anyway, that's that. So Truman, you're in the middle of intermittent fasting.
Right.
So how has that been going? Do you blame your lack of results on intermittent fasting not being successful, or do you blame it more on just a busy week where you just didn't have enough time to implement it correctly enough days in a row?
I implemented it every day. I will say Monday through Friday, I did intermittent fasting. I was not able to implement it as well Saturday, Sunday. I wasn't in control of my schedule as much, so I spread it out a little bit. But I did intermittent fasting for the most part. And here's my concern with intermittent fasting. I was talking to a coworker. I play volleyball on Tuesdays, and I was talking to them about it, and they were describing intermittent fasting. They would say, "Well, that just sounds like binge eating," and I'm like, or they're like, "That sounds like a binge eating or an eating disorder." I was like, "It's not," but I will say that it led to a lot of binge eating for me. I think.
Because you're so damn hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I found myself, I'm waiting till 11:30 to eat so I can eat dinner at 7:30, when I'm bowling on a Wednesday night, and I know I'm not going to get to bowling till 6,
And
and then
you're
I got to
you're
order
doing
the food.
16 off, 8 on, just to remind
Yes.
everybody. Okay?
Right. And so, and I might switch that up this week. We'll see. But so essentially, yeah, I mean, I'm doing, I'm just so hungry by the time 11:30 rolls around. Like Friday's a great example. I didn't eat till 11:30, right? Right. I was like, or we had a meeting. I was like, all right, I'm not going to eat. So then 11:30 rolls around. I have my protein shake, and then there was donuts. I was like, oh, well, it's 11:30. I can have a donut now.
Play through that yawn. Nice job.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, yeah, I got the shake. I had the shake at 11:30, and I was like, well, now I can have the donut too. Those donuts I didn't eat this morning, I can go back and have that donut, and then I can eat my lunch. And then, you can still eat over 2,000 calories, and people like, and it's one of those things where because you're so hungry, I almost call it like a feeding frenzy. It feels like where I'm just so ready to eat. And
well,
so
I think what we've all learned is you'd be a terrible Muslim.
yeah, I wouldn't be good at I wouldn't be good at fasting. And I don't know what it is. It's hard to slow down. It's hard when you're that hungry.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder and harder to slow down. And
Well, I was going to say, here's another thing. You said that you did a really good job Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Friday. Yeah.
But Friday was your weigh-in.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so a week consists of 7 days.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, what happened Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Well, Friday I did. I said Monday through Friday.
Okay, but you're talking about no. You went Friday, skip, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, of the last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Because we don't. Because we weigh in, we take the weekend off. I normally take a weekend off here.
Takes the fucking weekend off. Takes the weekend off. What are you talking about?
Well,
You don't ever take your diet on Friday?
Not always. No.
You take the weekend off. So really, this is like the 4-day diet week for you.
No. This week.
Okay.
I might go through Friday on this week. This is an
Okay.
easier one to implement.
You take the weekends off. You take Saturday, Sunday off.
Depending on what the weekends look like. I'm not really into, like, when we did keto, stuck with keto through the weekend because I was like, well, I gotta fucking stick with keto through the weekend. And like intermittent fasting hasn't been too hard to stick with through this weekend, but it's, a lot more of a, sometimes it's not the easiest.
I'm out there going to barbecue joints, ordering salads. Last time Mom and I went out, we went out to she likes that Portobello Z-Man out there at the Joe's. And we went out there. I had a turkey sandwich, a double decker, 6 half slices of bread. I ate 1 half slice, no sides,
Sure.
no fries, no onion rings. Truman's like, I think I'd take the weekend off. That's cool. But as we've discovered, there's a difference between the metabolism of somebody who's whatever you are, 25, 26, there, 26, yeah. So somebody at 26, somebody at 60, a little bit of difference in the metabolism and the resiliency of your body to accept those calories and put them to good use. So
Right. But
anyway,
okay,
so you are not loving either the implementation of the intermittent fasting or the results. Is that a fair assessment at this point so far? 1 week.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't love the results. 1% isn't exactly. I'd love to be at 2%. I'd love to be shooting for hitting the goal in a year.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen, right? We've talked about that. It's extremely unrealistic to hit these wide goals in 1 year. But there was hope that I would, you know? I mean, so, you know, I'm still ahead of schedule. We're still in on our 7th week here. I'm
Mhm.
still 18.65 down. So
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
there's
still about a week, a couple weeks ahead.
nothing wrong with that.
No, there's
Everything
nothing wrong.
says for permanent results, you shoot for 1.5 to 2 pounds a week.
Hmm.
Well, I had a little more to lose. I figured some of it would come off easier to start with. That's why I was shooting for 3 pounds to try to make it 2 pounds. So,
Right.
and so far I'm right on that, right? Where am I? 16 down, roughly 15 and a half.
Yeah, 15.7. I don't,
Right.
and that's so I don't, and that's the struggle, right? Is that first month I lost 10 pounds, right? 5.4, 1.5, 3.4, 10 point for 10.1,
Okay.
and but those are the first 4 weeks or the first 3 weeks of the diet, and the last 4 weeks of the show, first 3 weeks of the show, and the last 4 weeks of the show, I've lost zero point 0.8, 1.7, 1.6, 0.8, and so I think it's around 5 pounds. So in 3 weeks I lost 10 pounds, and in 4 weeks I lost 5 pounds, and that's where weight loss gets discouraging. Is because you see those first 10 come off, and you're like, holy shit, I did that in 3 weeks. I do that again in another 3 weeks. I'm down 20. I do that in another 3 weeks. I'm down 30. I'm gonna be done
Absolutely.
with this in 6 months, and
Yeah.
then I can get back to eating how I'm gonna eat. And that's just not how it works. And also, and the thing, the hardest part is that as you keep going, you have to keep correcting your diet. You have to keep working out more, because then your body adjusts, and then you're starting to, that line that you were at when you weren't exercising and you were eating shit, you drop down because you started exercising and you started eating better. But then
Yep.
you have to exercise more and eat a little better, and exercise because I'm not
It's
eating Olympic diets and doing Olympic workouts. I can keep on cutting that, and it's so I'm hitting that where you start to you dip, you plateau, you dip, you plateau a little bit, and you're in the plateau section right now, or we're in the plateau. I'm in the plateau section right now, and I just feel I'm trying not to get discouraged, and that's a hard part of diets, and I get why people get discouraged during those
well,
times.
and I think I have a little bit of a mental barricade because I haven't legitimately been under 315 for a long ass time, like probably 3 years, 4 years.
Hmm.
So I think there's a little mental block there, but that's it's one of the reasons, and you touched on this. I've read a lot about this, what you were mentioning, and it's one of the reasons that people on diets fail and get discouraged is because, like, it's like doing a drug or drinking alcohol. You build up your tolerance.
Hmm.
So the same effort and diet that you lost weight with 2 months ago, not gonna get the same results today because your body now expects that. You've raised your metabolism. Your body is expecting that same level of activity and the same caloric intake. So, if you differ from that, if you don't keep going forward, you're gonna plateau. There's no question about it. So we're reaching that right now. Again, I've just been working on getting steps in. Beautiful weather. The dog and I have taken some seriously long hikes
Hmm.
and wearing that little sucker out. So, yeah.
Well,
So
and
yeah,
that's well. Oh, and I was just gonna say. I mean, that's I think where a lot of people run into problem with diets too is you say, well, I can do a diet for a month and I'll lose 20 pounds, and then I can go back to eating how I was eating when I was 20 pounds heavier, and then all of a sudden you end up 20 pounds heavier again.
or 25 is usually the way that
Yeah,
works.
yeah, and it's an old I think it's Anthony Jeselnik makes a joke about it before, where he said, you know why people who win the lottery always go broke again? It's because if they made smart financial decisions, they wouldn't have been playing the lottery in the first place. And I feel that way sometimes with diets, and you drop this weight and you go, okay, well I can relax on that diet a little bit. I can get back to how I was. No, there's a reason you were that weight when you were eating that way.
And I will say, this show has been a tremendous motivating factor for some of those midweek blues where you gain that extra pound. You're like, oh fuck, you know what? I just feel like going out and having a great meal tonight. Just saying fuck it this week. And
Absolutely.
because that weigh-in looms every Friday morning, man, you can't do it. And it's you have to, even though we don't have the obviously the views and the listens that we're shooting for, but there's still a certain group of people, including yourself, that I'm now accountable to. and that the people are going to tune in and go, I wonder how the fat guy did. Well, fuck, he didn't lose anything, and then they're going to be, this. It's a good kind of pressure. It's a good kind of pressure that keeps me on the straight and narrow. So
absolutely. There's been some Thursday mornings I've been laying in bed and said, oh, God damn it, I got to get out of bed so I can work out. I want to be lower than I was last week on the show. I got to get lower for the weigh-in, So.
All right, very good. So, we've I guess we got recommitted to having a great week here. At least I have. And we'll see what happens.
And I think I might try a little bit of the alternate day fasting that we talked about. I wonder if, because you can never hit that binge period.
Well, you could cheat. You could do your fast for the rest of this week, and then the next 2-week period, you could do intermittent fasting.
Yeah. Well, again, if I had incredible success or great weight loss, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, let's do it for another 2 weeks. But when we did keto, I lost 7 pounds. I was like, hey, yeah, I do keto for another 2 weeks.
Now, keto was the most successful for you.
Now, it also had the benefit of being the first one.
That's what I was going to say. I'd be curious to see you doing some of these diets again, now that you've plateaued a little bit, that you've had great success with, to see how the results compared.
Absolutely.
Just an idea. So,
very,
very good. Enough about that. That's time to put our nose to the collective grindstone here and work our ass off this week. I know that's what I'm going to do. And then next week, Mom's going out of town. The girls and I are going to try to eat all the shit that we don't get to eat when Mom's around because she doesn't like it, like Indian food and shitty Mexican, things like that.
Right.
So
Tina's going out of town this week, so I'll probably eat Pepper Jack's. I always get Pepper Jack's Grill, and I'll go get Arby's. Tina does not care for Arby's. And when I'm out of town, Tina goes and gets Panda Express. I don't care for Panda Express much.
No reason for it. No reason for Panda Express.
No, there's so many good just local Chinese restaurants that are the same price as Chinese.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what are we doing?
You should. They don't have a drive-through though, buddy.
Who?
The other Chinese places. Some of them do. Every once in a while, you can find.
Hey, shout out Shanghai Express in Raytown.
Absolutely. There's another one over on 24 Highway in Independence that does it too. You should come out and do Indian food with us on Saturday.
I can be convinced.
Because Tina really doesn't like Indian food, right?
Oh, no, does not care for Indian food. I'd come out and do Indian food with you on Saturday.
Old. There you go. Got a place out in Blue Springs. We went there before with Kyle. It's very good.
Sweet.
Indian food, not bad. You stay away from the coatings on the meat. You stay away from the rice. Limit myself on the naan because I love the fucking naan.
Man, the naan's so good. Yeah.
But
getting the naan, dipping that in like your curry, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, speaking of great bread dishes, Scott, we've got a fast food review this week. Yeah, because when we end the diet and we start a new diet, we don't do the fast food reviews. But to help add a little bit of sustenance to these shows, we got a little fast food review for you guys. And speaking of great bread, Scott, today we have the Little Caesars pretzel crust pizza.
Bring it on. Bring on that pretzel crust, man.
Absolutely. Here, I'll put a nice little photo up for everybody. There it is. That's right, folks. The pretzel crust is back. And
now the old man in me sometimes gets tired of this shit. The stuffed crust with the fucking cheese and pepperoni and you're just eating a fucking breadstick is a fucking crust at this point. A stuffed breadstick is what you're eating. And it's the same. I love them all. They're great, but sometimes it's just, goddamn, let a pizza be a pizza.
Now hear me out. As a fat guy, I honestly like a soft pretzel, but the best part for me of a soft pretzel is dipping it in cheese and nacho cheese. I don't care for eating. I think you're like a pretzel stick guy. You like the hard pretzels.
I like soft pretzels, but
you like hard pretzels too.
Just for a snack. It's my one of my snacks. Yeah.
No, and see, I don't like hard pretzels much. And I wouldn't love a soft pretzel if I can't dip it in mustard or cheese.
Some kind of grainy mustard is what I'm shooting for there with.
Right. Like, and I think this, like, I don't care for like a pretzel bun either is my thing.
Love a pretzel bun.
And so like this is just like pretzel bread on the crust. So for me, this isn't doing much for me. But listen, hear me out. As a fat guy, here's a fat guy suggestion for you, Little Caesars. Stuff the little pretzel crust here with nacho cheese.
There you go.
Absolutely not needed. Absolutely make it a fucking mess. But oh yeah, that's where I'm talking. Okay,
You're
so let's
like a food injector. You just shoot that
yes.
shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Like they do Long Johns. Use Long John technology to put nacho cheese in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a sharp piping bag.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very good. All right. So this is everything we're going to read now because it's like it's not terribly bad news, and you go, well, that's not bad. Okay, but it's one piece. It's one piece of a medium pie, right? I mean, I don't see the serving size
Or
here.
it should be a large pie. I think there's only really one size at Little Caesars, to be honest.
Oh, is there? Okay. All right. 8 slices or 10?
8 slices, I do believe.
I just ordered a pizza last week, and when we
Oh.
ordered those pizzas
Oh
from
my gosh.
Sarpinos, they asked you how many pieces do you want to cut it in, and dude, I almost said like 7, 5.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Yeah, you can count the pieces on the picture that I'm looking at. Yes. 8 pieces on a pie.
So let's kick it off. First of all, serving size 110 grams. That's going to be right around 4 ounces. 112 grams is a quarter pound.
There you go.
Don't ask me how I know that, but
It's like, man, I'm not that good at doing grams to ounces.
You're
You should be
looking.
proud.
I bet you I shouldn't. I should, but I'm not. So yeah, you come in 2 grams under a quarter pound, 4 ounces, 270 calories. Not bad. 100 calories from fat. Okay, well that's quite a bit, but that's not great. That's not ideal. But total fat 11 grams, 17% of your daily value at 2,000 calories. That's not terrible. Saturated fat 4.5. Okay.
Don't
Cholesterol.
love saturated fat. Don't love to see saturated fat. But
You
it's
get
not
about
as bad as
You get about a quarter of your saturated fat. You get about 20 grams a day of saturated fat. And
yeah, see 23% there, yeah.
Huh?
So if you eat 4 slices, that's all your saturated fat for the day.
You're
no
done.
trans fats though.
Same with sodium. It's the same percentage of sodium as well. It's 24%, 570 milligrams. 4 slices of that pizza, you have used your sodium allotment for the day. Carbs.
It's salted right there.
Well, now we start the bad news, Truman. 31 carbs per slice. All right.
That's too much for the 1 day of keto, in case you were wondering.
I give myself about 70 to 80 a day. So I'd be looking at better than a third of my carbs for 1 slice. A gram of fiber, so you're not knocking those net carbs down any.
Nope.
2 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein. Nothing wrong with all that.
It's a fair amount of protein.
So again, pizza is one of those things that you could have in a moderation. And
yes.
as true with many foods, except for your extreme sweets, your donuts, your fucking apple fritters, your bear claws. But if you want to have 2 Oreos or something, yeah, huge containers of ice cream. But yeah, if you want to have 2 Oreos or a slice of pizza, you're fine. Just make it fit.
Right.
So yeah, we wouldn't call this a diet food by any stretch of the imagination. Now, did you happen to compare it with their regular pizza pies, or is there any difference in the pretzel versus the regular crust? Or
let me see. I will also warn everybody that nutrition facts, as we do this more and more, I get very annoyed by like having to search for nutrition, because all these sites will come up and give you, oh, here's a Little Caesars nutrition, here's all these, but just like give me the Little Caesars site, because so many of these get these wrong. I remember one time I looked at a Twisted Tea can, it said it had 5 grams of protein in it. That ain't right. I know Twisted Tea does not have 5 grams of protein in it, until I went to the Twisted Tea site and there was 0 grams of protein in it, because it's a Twisted Tea. So it's just be careful when you're using these sites, is mostly what I'm saying, is that a lot of this is user inputted information and people mess up.
I believe our recommendation would be to go to the site of the restaurant, if at all possible.
Yes, this one we did use one of those sites, because the pretzel crust doesn't make it on the standard nutrition fact sheet.
I can tell you from looking up a lot of pizza and putting in pizza in my daily diary, that's a pretty standard number, around 270 to 250 to 290 calories for a slice of pizza. Pepperoni pizza is about right. No extra cheese or anything like that. It's 11 grams of fat, so that's pretty well checks out with other pizzas that I'm looking at. Truman, what do you got there, buddy?
Would you believe that the pepperoni pizza, according to this, hold on, Hold on. Sorry. Let me go back. Hold on. I was looking at the extra most bestus, which has extra cheese and pepperoni. If we're just looking at the standards pepperoni pizza from Little Caesars, it has, well, not multiplying it times 800. I don't know what I was thinking there. 287 calories, which, if you may notice, is more calories than the pretzel crust pizza.
Yep.
So according to this, pretzel crust pizza better for you.
Yeah. Practically healthy.
Little Caesars. Yeah. Save yourself 17 calories.
All you have to do is get past the fact you're eating Little Caesars pizza. So,
have you had Little Caesars pizza in a long time?
I have. Your sisters love it.
I'm also a supporter of Little Caesars. There's a meme going around. It's crazy how good Little Caesars tastes if you don't have somebody in your ear telling you how bad it is.
There are 3 lower levels of pizza. There's Little Caesars, there's Papa John's, there's Domino's. Those are all, you just drive off a fucking cliff with all 3 of them for my money. Then you get your Pizza Hut, you got your Minsky's, and then you got your fancier places, your Pie 5, your Mods, Spin is another one. You get the fancy, thin crust pizzas over there at your Spin. Are you a fan of Emos?
No, I don't enjoy Velveeta on crackers typically.
Vampire Weekend or any of that emo stuff. No, I'm kidding.
That's fine. That's a good poll. That's good.
Not an emos guy. You don't like the Prevel and the square pizza?
Maybe I haven't really given it an honest taste. I'm just generally anti St. Louis on a lot of things. Just being from Kansas City.
Your mom loves the emos. I'll tell you, man. You ever seen him eat a hot beef sandwich in Chicago?
I love an Italian beef.
You get it wet, you dip it in shit.
Oh yeah, you have to get it dipped.
That's what it feels like they did with an Emo's pizza. They just dip it in they got a thing of grease and here's your pizza. Oh, hang on, you want it wet? Boom, there you go. And the whole thing just seems fucking greasy to me. I don't know.
I mean, that's how I describe the city of St. Louis, to be honest.
Easy. You get Italian food. You go to the Hill, man. It's the shit.
That's fair. I actually had an all right time in St. Louis when I went a couple weeks ago. So,
all right, very good. What else we got, buddy? Kind of rip through it here.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think we did personal health review. We did the diet recap. We did the fast food stuff. Yeah,
it was a lot faster when we're not fucking taking a victory lap about how we lost 5 pounds this week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we certainly cruised through that personal health review. We got through that in the first 8 minutes. We were like, oh, cool, we're moving on. About the diet. Let's blame the diet. Let's talk about intermittent fasting might be the devil, I think.
And again, we would be having much better results if we were 100% vigilant all the time about the diets that we're doing. But that's not real life.
Right. Absolutely.
Things come up. You have things to celebrate. Holidays come. Thanksgiving. I mean, Valentine's Day, Easter, the Super Bowl, if you're a Kansas City fan, all these are fucking roadblocks. So you go to Weight Watchers and they have all these strategies to how to overcome this. Well, you go to a Super Bowl party and you take carrots instead of Fritos. Nobody's fucking doing that. You know what? Here's the plan. Try not to eat as much as you normally would.
Eat 10 Fritos instead of 20.
Have a little taste. Man, you know what helps me with chips? If you're not going to weigh them, put a portion on a fucking plate and put the bag away.
Walk away. Yeah, absolutely.
Close the bag. Don't sit with an open bag. You just can't do it. So, yeah. And I told you my strategy, because I still eat some chips, I weigh them in the morning, I weigh them at night. I'm not guessing. I'm not, I'll guess in my mind. I think I had this many chips. You know what? I'm always wrong.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's one of those things in real life. Again, it's just not as straightforward. It's not, it's not my main focus at all points in my day. I've got a couple other things going on.
Who doesn't?
Well, it's so funny because people say, "Oh, you want to know how this superstar actor lost all this weight? It's because of this diet. They were doing this." Listen, The reason the superstar actor lost all that weight is because for 3 months it was their job to
Right.
lose weight. You know what they
Yeah.
thought about? They thought about that every single day. They said, "Hey, I need to lose 10 pounds this week and the next week and the next week and the next week, or I'm going to lose $30 million." So, I think that would be a great motivator.
I'll knock those 40 pounds right off.
They're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you want to know how actors lose all that weight?" Yeah, they have unlimited time and resources dedicated to only losing weight. That's how they do it. It's not a mystery.
You see the actresses, oh, look at her. She just had a baby 3 months ago. Look how good she looks. Yeah, no shit. Number one, you got somebody to watch the fucking baby. Okay? If you see a woman like 3 months, 4 months, like, oh, you still got some of that baby weight. Fuck you. Shut your fucking mouth. And if it's your wife or your significant other and you're stupid enough to say that, God have mercy on your soul, because
You ain't gonna have a significant other or wife for long, I think.
no, that shit, that fucking kid, you talk about getting yours. Oh, I want to get my 8 hours of sleep so I could get, that ain't happening. That ain't fucking happening. If you're lucky, if you got one of the good ones, you can maybe after a month or so get him to sleep through the night for about 6 hours.
Yeah, like a Truman baby. If you got like a Truman baby, that'd be good for you.
But
Big fan of
yeah,
Truman.
it's the same thing. You know, these like Katy Perry was hugely pregnant, and then you see her on Idol this year. She's completely looking good again, and that's all you do. You have a personal trainer, you have a personal chef. That's your fucking day. Just like you said, I've said before, Truman, I could be a vegan if I had a personal chef.
Oh yeah,
If I had somebody that took my restrictions in, like I don't like broccoli or I don't like fucking mushrooms, I said, here's what I'll eat.
You don't like broccoli?
Yeah, this story. I was a kid and fucking ate too much of it and burnt out on it.
But, I've heard that.
To tell you what, back when before I got fat, I traded fucking broccoli for my brownie. So yeah, you see how that ended up. But
you think I wouldn't like gravy anymore if that was really the case for a lot of people?
Yes, that's definitely true. Or ranch dressing.
Yeah, but here we are. I'm starting to not like Dr. Pepper as much, actually.
Why? Where did the doctor touch you?
It's just a little too sweet. I'm running out of my capacity for sweet stuff, and I'm disliking it a little bit more. You've
always been the kid with a sweet governor. You're the only child that we had growing up that would like say, no, I've had too much sweet stuff.
Yeah.
You were the cat. I had one cat. I had 3 dogs. Cats will go, yeah, I'm full. That's good. Dogs will just fucking keep eating until they die. Like their fucking guts just split open
and most kids are dogs, to be fair.
Yes. Especially when it comes to sweets. No question about it.
For whatever reason, yeah. I
all right,
hit
buddy.
The governor. Yep.
Well, there you go. Let's have a great week, man.
Absolutely.
Let's fucking pedal to the metal here and get through this. Let's break through this barricade because there's an avalanche of weight loss on the other side. We just got to get through this wallet.
Absolutely. I'd love to be. My main goal is I want to be. I've got that other suit. We talked about that. That'd be good, better, best goals. My good goal is that suit that I had that I got personally fitted for when I was in Albuquerque. Or my good goal, I guess, it was a little bit of a cop out. It was to not gain weight. My better goal was to fit into that suit that I got fitted in Albuquerque. And I'll tell you, I'm about 10 pounds from that. And I've got a wedding a wedding reception that we're going to in about a month. And so that'd be the goal. So there's a mini goal there right now, and there's a deadline. So we got to power through. We got to focus in.
Otherwise, you'll put out fucking somebody's eye with those vest buttons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn. Yeah. All right, my friend. Let's have a great week. As always, I will tell everybody we appreciate you tuning in. We will always want you to like and subscribe, rate, review, drop us comments. We've got 1 week to go. Truman's looking for a new diet to do next week. So make sure you drop any ideas, anything you've heard of, any ideas that you've had personal success with. Make sure you drop those in the comment section as well. And tell us if you're listening to this show and you've had some weight loss victories, share those victories. And if you've had some struggles, put them in there. Maybe we got some ideas how to get through it. We'll see.
Absolutely. Feel free to shoot us a text. Feel free to comment. Reach out to us however you want. Again, we appreciate hearing about the support or knowing what you're going through or your thoughts on what we're going through. We put this on the internet for you guys to give your thoughts on it. Give your thoughts. Don't feel afraid to.
That's if you want to shoot a text to Truman, be sure and do that. Me, you can
Do
just
not
leave.
text me.
You can send it. As you found out tonight, I'm probably not going to read it for about 3 hours anyway. So I really
fair.
think all three of those texts came in at one time because I'd been kind of keeping an eye on my board, and I think I had a little bit of a clog there. I think I had a little bit of text constipation.
It happens. It happens to the best of us, you know.
Anyway, have a good week, everybody. Appreciate you watching, of course. And if you're out there taking on this battle, we hope you gird your loins tight and charge into battle and slay all your weight loss dragons this week.
Absolutely. We appreciate you all being here. The believers, the dreamers, and even the fat guys. Again, I've been Truman the Steam Machine Steen. That's been Scott Steen. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.
Oh, please. If you could play some outro music, that'd be good. See you guys.
Smooth.